I wanted to talk a little bit about my personal birthing experience and why I found it was really helpful to have a midwife and do home birth.
The word midwife is a very old terminology, and it means with women is one of the names that we love to remind people because we really are with women.
I think for Jared, my husband, and I, it really was great knowing that we had someone sort of taking the reins during the experience or helping guide us through that experience.
Most women want that individual care. There are certainly women who are looking for somebody that's really going to champion their health and well-being, but never, ever, ever losing track of the foundation, which is safety, safety, safety.
Sally was really that middle ground for us where it was the home birth experience was really normalized, and also, hey, if the situation arises, we have to get to a hospital. And funny enough, that situation happened with our first birth.
Jen is a small person, and Jen did not grow a small baby. And at a certain point in her labor, we made the decision that we should go to a hospital.
I did go in with a set of plans of this is how we are going to birth, and this is what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to do it should we go to a hospital. And literally those plans just kind of went out the window. And I was lucky enough to go to a hospital and be under care providers who were very cool with me laboring for quite a while and give birth in the way that I wanted to, which is at least, vaginally, which is important to me. There's no right or wrong answer. I was very close to getting a C-section, which would totally been fine too. The reality is, once you're actually in that moment, it really doesn't matter. Everything else kind of falls away, and you just got to focus on what's happening. You're just so present and so in tune with your body and so in tune with your baby, and it's just probably the most magical experience I've ever been through in my life. When it came to Shep's birth, my second son, I had my midwife Sally with me, and I had an acupuncturist, Jasmine Bay, who I've spoken about before, who's just such a magical genius. And then I also had a wonderful doula, Carrie Kenner, and all of these women, helping me get through this experience. And then also my dear friend Allie was there cheering me on too. It was intense and beautiful and, so magical as this little baby. You're holding this little baby and you're sitting in your bed and you're looking up at your partner, and it was just, it was amazing, trusting my body, trusting myself, trusting the people around me, and knowing that I was made for this and I can do it.
With Odette, I think what Jan had gained from having two children and a little bit longer space in between was a different type of patience.
I remember walking around in the neighborhood, and then we stopped, and my acupuncturist literally poked me and stopped my labor because Jared wasn't to me yet. And so she slowed it down and stopped my labor. As soon as he got there, she removed the needles and plugged them into wherever she needed to get it going again. It was very trippy.
And we really had a nice quiet several hours. Then her water broke and all hell broke loose.
And Odette was born in this giant tub, and go through the pains, and you have this baby at the end of it, and you're in home and you're like, okay, what am I having for dinner? But it was just so normal and neat and a great experience. And I think also a lot about what made that choice easier was just knowing that I could trust my body, and that I worked on my body so much, and I worked out before my pregnancy and I continued throughout pregnancy. Just knowing that I had to prepare, that it's a marathon truly to get there and to get through it all, and that you really have to prepare not only physically, but you also have to prepare mentally. I just wanted to shed a little bit of a light on home birth and birth in general. While there's no wrong way to give birth, whether you're in a hospital or an elected C-section, there's no wrong way to do it. I just want people to know my story because I think it's a very normal way to birth. And I want to shed more light on it because it really is a wonderful experience, and I think that anyone can do it.